Alright, so I gave up trying to fight the Guardian after a few attempts, and then I just decided to try and run away. I was beginning to think it was actually hopeless and I couldn't do it. And then afterwards we stumbled across the campsite for where we fought guys in the last part, and I was like, oh, cool, new shit, just to find out, no, not really. And usually most of the time the stuff is empty, but yeah, we came across that point, and then the stupid rain shit happened. And it happened at a, well, I mean, part of it was my fault because I was running around trying to get distance with gliding, and then I realized I didn't have a choice. I couldn't climb anymore, and this was the only way to go forward. After finding this Korok, then I figured the only way out is to literally Cryonis my way all the way across. And yes, by the way, I did notice the mistake in the last video, and the worst part is, like, I knew it beforehand. I was like, yeah, I need to make sure I remember to fix this, but I didn't fix it, and then the whole thing had already been saved. And these videos take 2.5 hours to save, so I just said, fuck it, it's whatever. I know the right answer. That's what matters. In regards to the music, real quick, because that's one thing the Breath of the Wild is missing, is there's no real caves in this game. Like, caves are kind of a staple of the Zelda games. You find the underground grottos in Ocarina of Time and Majora, then you got the cool little cave islands inside of Wind Waker, and then Twilight Princess had its interesting little caves that actually felt like caves, but there's nothing like that in Breath of the Wild, and it feels kind of empty to say that. Breath of the Wild is missing a lot of, like, typical standard features inside, you know, that's notable inside of most Zelda games, and it's really weird to see that so many things are lacking. Things like certain enemies I can understand because, again, all the monster parts already do the exact same thing, so there's not really a point in adding much more. But yeah, certain things like the lack of caves kind of feels weird, and that's what this music is. It's subtle and a very, very different feeling when you listen to it through headphones if you haven't before. But yeah, it was kind of thing I wanted to bring up. We eventually come across this shrine across the horizon, which leads us to our next stable, and here we are. And we made it to another place, more stuff to grab. Take that axe. There's Dog Friend. He will get us prizes in a moment. As for now, I need to go collect stuff that's around already. Break open stuff. There we go. There's probably nothing under this rock, but I got a rupee. I guess that's okay. Not really, but... And I know it does seem kind of dumb to mark it, but it's really easy to get that ooh, shiny object mentality, so I'm like, alright, I want to make absolutely sure regardless I'm not gonna miss this or forget this. So that's the idea, even if it does seem unnecessary. Where's the dog gone to? Pup-ers. I wish they could make it so you could pet the dog, but here's reward for good boy. It doesn't matter what you feed him, so I'm gonna just say just give him apples, because, I mean, dogs don't eat apples, but this dog does, and he will like you. And he does nothing for you other than just feed him and then you'll get treasure. He'll show you treasure. But, yeah, other words, sometimes you can get dog to like you, and that's about it. Then he does his little jaunt, and suddenly we found the treasure chest. It was not there before, and you can pretty much guarantee that because, you know, I was running around with stasis on just a minute ago and this wasn't visible. So, yeah, I think it's at least worth trying just to do it. Go ahead, see if there's any sort of side quests. If the easier it is, the more likely I am to do it. In other words, I don't really care. You guys both have shit. Treasure is great, listen up.
Oh.
I am.
Ah. Ah.
They're just not gonna tell me? Okay, whatever. I don't care anyway, because the reward's just gonna be money. Hot-footed. Is this what I think it is? Yes, I am eventually going to need a bunch of these, so I'm just going to buy them when I can because they're a little bit harder to hunt down. Still more than good on arrows. How much stuff do I have that could be sold? So like I could sell some of the apples if I wanted to. It's not a bad idea. Also, I didn't mention it. Fairies, outside of just being used to heal you, like when you die, if you use them into cooking, it'll boost the effectiveness of that too. I don't particularly do it, but there's an option. But you see how much of this stuff we have already just by picking it up, and that's kind of why I like the idea of just fight everything, do everything, because we're not going to need 90, but I do think it's nice to at least carry up to about 90 to 100, and then once we start passing that threshold, then we can start selling them. So this way we still have a nice amount in case we ever need it, but when we get extra, we can get rid of it. Same, I mean, even with amber, like, I know it's, like, here, let's, all of them. That's 840 rupees. That's a lot of money. That's really good. But you don't want to do that, because you are going to need that amber. Same goes with the rest of the stuff. Wood would probably also be alright. I'll sell some apples. We'll sell like 10 apples. Because generally we don't need too much, and I do want to do a little bit of cooking. Certain things like apples and Hylian shrooms I'd keep to about 30, but monster parts I usually keep around 90. That's just the way I play. Normally I don't narrate the super short segments, but I'm going to say real quick, I did make a mistake by selling 10 apples because I could have cooked 2 dishes and gotten 100 rupees instead of selling the 10 apples for about 30 rupees. So remember, cook the stuff before you sell it. If you're not going to use it, you'll get a lot more money out of it. Alright, well I don't actually need to cook as much as I thought. Since this is right here, let's go ahead and knock this out. Yet again, we've had our annoying shit with the rainfall again. Ow! That hurt. Alright, so confession make, it's really easy to get lost in time with this game, which is even true when it comes to LPing it, which is something I'm actually kind of glad to say, because generally when it comes to fucking hell, LPs, it gets draining kind of quick because you're talking all the time, as to where this, I'm not having to talk all the time, which is good. I mean, post-commentary is a little bit different. It's a combination of both more and less work, and that's kind of funny. Aha! Thought you could fool me. Thought I forgot about you, gopher. That's probably a little bit too high, yeah. Let me try that. I can't believe that worked. I didn't think it'd work. Good, because I am trying to get money. I am going to need a lot of money really quickly, and I know I've been against selling things, and I will pay the price, but I think I have a plan to make it work. It might not be too helpful, but we'll try. Alright, so this is also really... Here, actually I don't think we're going to need to do like that. Yeah, because that happens a lot. Put that there. I'd almost had it, just need something like right there. I don't think that's far enough. I think we need a bit further. Okay. I like this puzzle just because it's so funny to watch it get stuck, and it's really easy for it to get stuck. But it's a fun, simple puzzle. Sure, taking your time, aren't you? And that's that. Thank you. Alright, so I tried to make this as smooth as possible. I'm looking for a specific spot I'm trying to go to, but my dumbass decided to go the exact wrong way. So for like a couple minutes, we're gonna head down there, get this little treasure, and then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, this is the wrong direction, and then I end up turning around. So I just teleport back, and that's gonna be where it kind of jumps ahead. But in other words, I thought maybe we could go ahead and talk about something like how secondary effects can affect you, like how I've been catching hightail lizards and things like that. So what you can do is you can use up some hightail lizards to make things like potions to increase your speed. Right there, it showed me shooting down that little chest. There will be instances like that with enemies as well, where you could shoot stuff like that. It's not hard to figure out. I guess it gives you the X to tutorialize you, but I'm pretty sure most of them don't have an X. But yeah, you have various effects you can increase yourself with, like right there, those blue nightshades are good for stealth. The hightail lizards are good for speed increases, as are the hot-footed frogs. That right there, I'm pretty sure is up defense. Then we got iron shrooms, which up defense. There's basically a lot of variants of similar things. So like there's a stealth mushroom, an attack mushroom, a defense mushroom, I think there's even a speed mushroom, so there's a lot of stuff like that. And then there's like a creature that is effective in all of it. Alright, this right here was one of the most important things I was looking at trying to find, and thankfully since I ended recording I was able to look it up. You can see me? Then how are you talking to me, silly boy? I heard a noise. It's been 100 years since anyone has been able to see me. I'm Hatsune, I need your help. The monsters over there stole my beloved maracas. I think they're there on the other side of those rocks. Can't use my powers without them. So please get back my maracas. Now, I remember how I said, like, I don't typically walk on the path. I'm usually one to walk on, like, the opposite side or go anywhere else. I didn't end up finding him or even knowing he existed until more than halfway through the game. And that was because Nintendo Capri Sun started LPing it, and I watched, like, a couple parts, and I was like, whoa! That exists! I need this! Alright, this is not doing what I wanted to do. Yes, I see all of you. Spin attack! Take that from him. There. That could have been way, way better. But yeah, it ended up going past this, and this is kind of real important. So if I just followed the path, like anything that's important is usually along the paths. But I'm an idiot. Also, I've learned pretty quickly, maybe don't use the axe to try and break rocks. So I really need a better item to try and break those rocks, because it's not doing so hot. Oh, also, it's like right over here. The instructions I got were around Kakariko Bridge, so I was like, well, I guess if I follow the path, it'll be okay. And yeah, sure enough. I think I'd rather take the spear over the club. I mean, they both suck, but at least if this one's gonna suck, it can suck because it is a spear. Those are my maracas. Please give them to me. But wait, there's something wrong with my maracas. The Korok seeds inside are gone. How am I supposed to dance now? If I just won the Korok seed, I could sing, dance, and use my powers to help you. You see, I have the power inventory expansion. So let me know if you find some Korok seeds. Yeah. Let me, just in case, because I'm not entirely sure I have enough. Treasure. Anyway, we got some. The children of the forest must have taken the Korok seeds from my beloved maracas. Never thought I'd be the target of one of those pranks. But wait. You know, suddenly it makes sense why you can smell them. Do you have Korok seeds? You do. Give a Korok seed to me from the forest children. Get one. Yep. So, reminder, I have 9. That's not so bad, I guess. I could expand quite a bit. Korok seeds are poop. So all he has to do is just take a shit in his maracas, and he'll be fine. And I say that because your reward for giving him all the Korok seeds is he gives you his poop. So I don't understand why he doesn't just do that. But it's incredibly useful. I'm gonna say some more than others. I'm doing all of them just because it's cheap right now. I think the melee weapons are probably the most important. I'm sorry, did you say you were done? Thanks for bringing my maracas back. Once I see you off, I'm back home to Korok Forest. Or did you want to talk a little more? I wanted... Well, first, yeah, sure, Korok Forest. Follow the Hylia River and continue north. I wonder if that's true. Oh, you said Grandpa's a liar? No, I want to know about the seeds. Seeds. all the signs are coming together here. Alright, well, I thought he was going to hang here until I gave him more, but I guess not. I marked it anyway. It gradually goes up, as each ones do, but again, like, bows I feel like aren't breaking all that often. You can usually get plenty of bows. They'll last a long time. You're not using them all the time. The melee weapons are the ones that matter the most because those are going to be the ones you go through the most. And shields are mostly pretty durable, and you're not going to be blowing them up or going without too long. So there you go. That's my 2 cents. Focus mostly on melee. Get like maybe a couple bow and shield expansions, but in other words, you don't need them that much. That's expensive. I think... Hold on a second, let me check something. Okay, so this is the item I'm thinking it is, meaning these things are a pain in the ass to get. I went ahead and I marked down which items needed for certain things. So it doesn't seem worth it at all, but like, it'll save me 30 minutes of my life. So I'm gonna buy it to save myself the headache, but this shit, the rest of it's not worth it. I like the fish, I do, but it's not worth 72. What I find funny about him stealing stamella shrooms is that there's some right around the corner. I'm pretty sure we experienced a little Korok like that on the Great Plateau, but just in case we didn't, yeah, sometimes you'll have to recreate something that you see with magnesis in a block. There's also another one up here that I didn't think of. It's kind of subtle to me, but the idea is there's a bunch of arrows that's indicating, yes, you should take a shot at this, like right up here. And yeah, you're supposed to hit it, but I didn't think anything of it. Alright, it's finally time. We made it to Kakariko Village. I don't know, I felt like the way it lined up, like that little walkway down there, very reminiscent of, what do you call it, Twilight Princess. I don't know if that was intentional or not, I wouldn't put it past them. But now we're at our first proper village where there's things to do and things to look at. So, hopefully I'm going to try and make this, I guess, entertaining, focused. Most pots aren't even worth breaking. There's hardly shit in them. So don't worry too much. What is that, a hoe? Do I have anything I can oh, wait, I just got to expand it, remember? I was about to toss something. I didn't need to. I think we came in from a different entrance. Now the people in here follow kind of. Yeah, you can't take it because they belong to someone, so you can't just take all those. You can buy carrots from them. They got the chicken quest, which I believe is actually required for us to do. I can't quite grab that apple. I want that firefly, but I kind of don't. Because I don't feel like wasting my time. I'll worry about grinding fireflies later. I know how I want to do that. Right now I'm just kind of like losing myself inside the environment here. But... Hi. Thank you. This guy's really good, but we can't quite use him just yet. Every single city and village you go to is going to have a statue like this where you can go ahead and dispense orbs. I'm going to focus on heart containers. I know stamina wheels would be a very smart idea, but there is a storied objective in which case you need to get a specific amount of health in order to progress. So I'd rather just go ahead and get that objective out of the way, and then I can focus on stamina wheels, assuming it's even relevant at that point. Now, since the shrine's close by, I'm going to go get another heart in a second, too. But, real quick, I also want to check. That's an inn. Every place has an inn, so you can sleep there. There's always a shrine by each village. This, I want to say, is the, where you can buy arrows, which I really would like to get these fire arrows, but I don't know if it's worth it. How much? All of them. 200 rupees. Okay, I'm gonna say no for now. I'm gonna talk to you, because don't you have a quest for me? I mean, I didn't want to sell, but okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and sell things to him. Look at my bow. And she's supposed to give me a quest, but I guess she doesn't want to do it yet. That's a really stupid easy one. Right here we have ourselves a grocery. A lot of places have stuff like this. So you can buy things like eggs, carrots, goblin guts if you want to, and butter. In this one at least. I don't really need any of that stuff, so I don't feel the need to buy it, but it's there if you want to. I don't think any store really ever sells anything of high importance. Every place also has a cooking pot, so you can always come down here and cook. That's also kind of what makes marking these things a little bit irrelevant. And this is a very obvious Korok, but in case like the puzzles weren't clear to you, you just overlook it and you don't think anything of it, which it was to me. Yeah, there was a lot of really simple, obvious Koroks that I overlooked. You there, who are you? How dare you trespass on Lady Impa's abode? Is that a Sheikah slate? But that would mean you are... No, it's not possible. Can it be? You're not even looking at me. Please forgive us for behaving so rudely as we continue to not look you in the eye. Of course we have heard the legends from Lady Impa herself. Please, friend, go ahead, step inside. A man? Huh? Is that... It's a Sheikah slate. Could you be the hero my grandmother told me about? What's his name? Lin... Oh, it's not that I forgot. I just... Bad with speaking. As for me, my name is Pay. Oh, my name is Paya. Got it out. I know I should be able to say that easily, seeing as how it's my own name and all. I'm sorry. Anyway, my grandmother's been waiting for your return ever since I was little. Please hurry inside. I like her. She's a cutie. Master Link, you're very close to me right now. My grandmother's waiting for you. And here's another fun little minute detail for you that just about anyone will acknowledge. Take off your clothes. That that immodest outfit is quite unbecoming of a hero like you. Please cover yourself up this instant. Yeah, a lot of the dialogue acknowledges that kind of stuff, and I think that's pretty great. Oh yeah, I think we can sell the well-worn trousers. We could probably sell that well, not yet.
So, you're finally awake. It has been quite a long time, Link. I am much older now, but you remember me, don't you? Oh,
You're looking at me as though I'm a stranger to you. Those eyes, they lack the light of familiarity. It is I, courageous one, Impa. Surely you at least remember the name Impa. I see, so you've lost your memory. Well, it matters not. In fact, that may actually be a blessing in disguise for the time being. Dearest Link, please come a bit closer.
oh.
100 years ago. Yes, 100 years ago the kingdom of Hyrule was destroyed. After you fell, Princess Zelda's final wish was to place you in a sacred slumber. And then, all alone she went to face Ganon. Before Zelda went to nobly meet her fate, she entrusted me with some words she wished to say to you. I've been waiting 100 years to deliver this priceless message. However, these words which the princess risked her life to leave you, well, if you are to hear them, you must be prepared to risk your life as well. But I'm afraid that burden may be too much to bear while you still without your memory. I'll leave the choice to you. When you feel you are ready to receive the princess's message, return to me.
Oh.
Not a memory to your name, yet you are an intent as ever to charge forward with only courage and justice on your side. You have not changed a bit. Once a hero, always a hero.
Yeah.
Very well. Since you have lost your memory, I will recount for you all that has happened.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages. This evil has been turned back time and time again by a warrior wielding the soul of a hero and a princess who carries the blood of the goddess. With the passage of time, each conflict with Ganon faded into legend. So listen closely as I tell you of this legend that occurred 10,000 years ago. Hyrule was then blossoming as a highly advanced civilization. Even the most powerful monsters posed little threat to the denizens of the realm. The people thought it wise to utilize their technological prowess to ensure the safety of the land should Calamity Ganon ever return. They constructed 4 mechanical wonders that came to be known as the Divine Beasts. They also built a legion of autonomous weapons called Guardians. The Divine Beasts were piloted by 4 individuals of exceptional skill from across the land. And thus, the plan to neutralize Ganon was forged. upon Ganon's inevitable return to Hyrule, the princess and the hero fought alongside these 4 champions against this ancient evil. The Guardians were tasked with protecting the hero as the divine beasts unleashed a furious attack upon their terrible foe. And when the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness delivered his final blow, the princess used her sacred power to seal away Calamity Ganon. Oh.
100 years ago. If preparation for the foretold revival of Ganon, we strove to follow the lead of our ancestors 10,000 years prior, but in the end, despite our best efforts and careful planning, we underestimated his power. In order to avoid making that grave mistake again, the princess left you these words. Free the 4 divine beasts, that's what she said. 4 divine beasts are the ancient Sheikah weapons wielded by the 4 champions who Ganon defeated. Varuda, controlled by Daruk. Rudania, I misread that. Meadow, controlled by Rivali. Ruta, controlled by Mifa. Naboris, controlled by Urbosa. It would be extremely ill-advised to face Ganon without the power of the divine beast to help you. You must infiltrate the divine beasts that were stolen by Ganon 100 years ago and bring them back to our side. More information about these divine beasts can be found by locating the 4 races scattered across Hyrule. The Sheikah Slate will guide you on your way. You must go where it tells you and meet each leader there. It seems to me that your secret slate is not yet complete. The device Princess Zelda left you with will also guide you on your memory. Now let's see. Someone at the research lab in Hateno Village might be able to help you. The location on the shining eastern edge is Hateno Village. It's a small village, one of very few places that avoided suffering the significant damage by the Great Calamity. You are Princess Zelda's only hope, and Hyrule's as well. You cannot turn back now. Follow your heart and seize your destiny.